Yeah, what's my dream for this program? That, that, that our city and our world is our laboratory. Not laboratory in a way that we go out there and experiment with what works or what doesn't work and do damage to people, but where we learn how to ask really beautiful questions. I don't remember who said it, but I share this often in the classroom, that every brilliant answer is preceded by a beautiful question. So my theoretical dream is that we train students to be good, well, to be folks that ask beautiful questions in the world, in their community, beautiful questions of themselves, beautiful questions of the church. Those beautiful questions will lead communities to have much more effective answers. So that's the big dream. Practically speaking, that happens by getting students out of the classroom. That happens by getting students engaged in our community. So one of my dreams that I continue to try to cultivate is apprenticeships, where students actually are doing work in the community, building relationships with other folks that are doing really interesting, innovative work in the public square. I think that does three things. One, I think that gives them just plain job experience. How do you work out a theology and culture degree in real time? But two, it begins to give you a network of relationships. If you're not from a place like Seattle, it just gets you in the know with who's out there. And thirdly, it allows you to see what are the job opportunities for somebody in a theater. And it tells employers that you're employable. So apprenticeships is one of the things I dream of. The other thing I dream of that we're doing already is I taught internationally for about 5 years, 6 or 7 years in between my leaving New Horizons and my coming to the school full time. So I have great relationships with colleagues that are Kenyan and that are Guatemalan, brilliant young men and women that are doing PhD work, and they are my friends and they're my colleagues. And so we go to those places now and we study in Guatemala. We pay attention to how imperialism and colonialism has impacted a place. We pay attention to what are the wounds it's produced in that place. And then we meet with young indigenous leaders in places like Guatemala and Nairobi, Kenya, and ask those folks, what are the wounds that this has produced in your community? And how do we, as North Americans, re-engage in a conversation in the middle of a horrible history of religious oppression and political oppression? How do we re-engage in a conversation in which we can have more mutually giving relationships? That's my other dream, that we're in the world and that we're in real places doing real work.